I've been staring at this screen for like 5 minutes trying to figure out how I'm going to express this. So I'm just going to start and see how it goes. But I want to take a minute and tell my story about abortion because I had one. I was 22 and I was married. I was not the best human at this time. I was a horrible wife. It's no surprise that marriage ended because no, I was not a very good person. And I got pregnant and I, of course, decided to abort it. And I remember thinking to myself, and this was my justification for it, if I saw it on the side of the road, I would step on it. I would squish it, right? So it's just a clump of cells, right? So I did. And it wasn't until years later, after I became a much better person and got remarried. I was on my second child at this time. I was pregnant. And all of a sudden, it's like it just dawned on me, a moment of clarity, if you will, where I realized that a fetus is a baby, that it's a human, it's a real person. Odd that it didn't happen for my first pregnancy, though, but it happened in my second. And I gotta say, it's like getting punched in the gut to come to that realization that I unalived somebody. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word, so murder. That is what I did to a human, to my own child. And coming to terms with that and coping with that is so difficult. I spent many nights very sad and struggling with that. So I can't imagine what it would be like for someone who has had multiple. I mean, it's not really a surprise that they would not want to come to the truth. They would not want to know. They would want to pretend that it's not a person, because if they accept that it is, then they have to accept what they did. So I spent a long time mourning the loss of the person that he or she would have become. I pictured that baby as a she once I thought about it. I think maybe she was, and I named her Patricia. And that person that she would have been was never allowed to be. And that's really hard to accept. So have patience with people who can't accept it. And if you've had one and you're watching this, it is human. It is a person. And someday you will have to accept that. So sooner rather than later. It's really hard and it hurts a lot. But I forgive myself. I forgive myself now. It still makes me sad. But the pain of accepting it and what you did, it goes away. The blame and the guilt, it goes away. Now I'm just mostly sad because I don't ever get to meet her. I hope that this reaches someone if you're considering having one. It is a person. If you've already had one, it's okay. Forgive yourself. I'm going to turn the comments off on this one. I generally don't. This is actually the first time, probably the only time I will, because I don't want to hear what a horrible person I am for what I did. And I don't want to hear other people's justifications for why it's okay, because it's not. And I will never be convinced that it is.